Welcome back to another episode in the Green Bay Packers franchise here on Madden 25. We're kicking off Dolphins week with a team meeting. Matt LeFleur, let's talk about our game plan for the Dolphins game. What's a weakness that we can exploit? Well, I'm rather curious because the team looks pretty complete. Struggle with pass blocking. Alright, would have not really expected that one. Any players specifically? Well, that's interesting. Let's see. The left guard. Alright, so I think our defense should be able to attack that. We should blitz their left guard and overwhelm him. Alright, I like the suggestion. What's our goal? Alright, time for me to decide something now. Robert Jones gives up 2 sacks. 3 sacks. I'm going to go with 2 sacks. Personally, I think even 2 is rather aggressive. But alright, Jared Alexander says we can do that. I think he's the defensive captain, which is why he's taken over the talking part here. What else is there to do this week? Well, first off, we've got the player picture to check out. That's awesome. We can decide on focus players, which is even more awesome. And we've got some input here from defensive coordinator Chris Wolf, who's saying that the players are looking tired. So we're going to go with splits, maybe half pads. Don't want to risk injuries today. Secondaries are nasty, and Quay Walker is back. All that happening in week 13, which is awesome. Right now, let's check out the Dolphins roster. Let's get an idea of who we're facing. It's just an incredibly packed team, if I remember it correctly. I do have a soft spot for this team. I covered them on Madden 23 in a pretty long franchise series. And we had Tua on there, and it was great fun using him. Why is he so dark? Not his skin color, mind you, but like the player model. Alright, now he's getting lighter. That's alright. Good. So, 7th best ranked QB, left arm. That was actually, it really made a difference in how I used him, because I'm just used to right-handed quarterbacks. It really makes a difference which side you throw to. So there we go. Ryan Tannehill snapped up here. Returns to the Dolphins, and Skylar Thompson still a backup. How many years was it for Tannehill? Let me just take a quick look. 2018, he was here for 5 years. Then he was in Tennessee, and now he's back with Miami. In real life, he's a free agent, so there we go. Running back Raheem Mostert, another superstar. Devon Achane, super fast dude, 96 speed. That is just really, really fast. Same goes for Mostert, 95. The speed of this team is just really what sets it apart. Jalen Wright, that's a rookie. Looking good already, 79 at age 21. And Jeff Wilson Jr. is the 4th one in the line here. Alec Ingold, a very good fullback. And now we're coming to the stars of the show. Tyreek Hill, an X-Factor wide receiver, number 1. Jalen Waddle, superstar wide receiver. Odell Beckham Jr. I think he's still out injured in real life, but we're at least at the time of recording, he still is. Braxton Berrios, I really like his production. He's not that much of a standout player, but he's just super solid, does what he has to do. Malik Washington, that's a rookie. River Craycraft, Anthony Schwartz, and Taj Washington, another rookie. But again, the top 2 are the ones that are super dangerous. Odell Beckham Jr., Braxton Berrios just add a lot of experience to this room. And that's that. Tight end Johnny Smith is injured. So Durham Smythe, Irv Smith Jr. and Julian Hill will be the tight ends for this game. Durham Smythe will be taking the lead on this one. Left tackle, 33 years of age, 92, Teron Armstead, superstar depth trait. Behind him, Patrick Paul, that's a rookie, 22 and 77 rated already. That is crazy. Left guard, they were talking about the left guard. Isaiah Wynn is the starting left guard. Robert Jones and Keon Smith. I don't really know why they were talking about Robert Jones here, because Isaiah Wynn will be the starter, and he's actually looking pretty solid. So the left side doesn't look that weak to me. At center, we've got Aaron Brewer. I'm just going to check up on this real quick, because I could have sworn I had him on the Tennessee roster last year. Yes. All right. So I am I'm calmed down again. Andrew Mayer, this is a rookie, but Brewer is just a really solid center. I had him for the full franchise series. I never had to switch him out. That was really good, actually. Phil Haynes injured on the right guard. And then we've got Lester Cotton and Liam Eichenberg, both more, I don't know, like just decent center right guards. I would even say a little bit subpar, to be fair. So For me, it's the right guard room, not the left guard room, but all right. Right tackle, Austin Jackson, 25.76, and behind him, Kendall Lamb. So the right side, weaker in my opinion. Zach Sealer, the left edge, injured. So David Ugwegbu, that's a rookie, injured. Taking over for the injured Zach Sealer is what I wanted to say. But 61 overall. He still has some good attributes in there, right? Speed, acceleration, strength is not looking too shabby, but not the danger that the Sealer would bring to the table. Calais Campbell here on the right edge, Deshaun Hand behind him. This is a really solid setup, a good player, a veteran player, 16 freaking years in the league. Can you imagine that? And 91 strength. On D-tackle, Sheldon Rankin's out injured, so Isaiah Buggs, Benito Jones, and Brandon Peely will be the D-tackles here. Again, this is not looking too scary, I have to say, but I'm sure I'm gonna eat my words later on, because I mean we've got this situation here. So it's gonna be Ugwegbu, Campbell, and Deshaun Hand. Probably I would be using one of these two on left edge as well, but then we've got these below 70 rated dudes here. Yeah, this is strange. Left outside linebacker Jalen Phillips injured as well. Wow, they have rotten luck right now. Mohamed Kamara, that's a rookie, 24.73, 94 acceleration, that's real quick. Wow. Cameron Good and Grayson Murphy, another rookie, injured. So basically these two here will be covering the left outside linebacker spot. Not too shabby, but again, Jalen Phillips is a freaking beast. 6'5", 263 pounds. He's just absolutely massive. Very, very good. Anthony Walker Jr. at mid linebacker, 29.79. David Long, 27.79. Very solid. Right? These are good players, proven players. We've got Jordan Brooks here as well, and he's almost, he's third string, which is weird because he was, I don't know, I think a superstar forever. And he was with the Seahawks, right? I'm just gonna check on this real quick. Yeah. Joining the Dolphins here, this is a big addition actually in real life. In here, this is just mad. The rating is a little bit wonky. Channing Tindall, 24.68, and Cam Brown injured. Right outside linebacker Bradley Chubb. Well, this is a dangerous dude. Chop Robinson, love the name by the way, and Emmanuel Ogba as a backup. This is a solid group. They can really backfill everywhere. So wouldn't underestimate the linebackers. But again, key players are out injured, and that could be an advantage for us. The secondary is where they shine though. Jalen Ramsey, 97 overall. X Factor, Kendall Fuller, 88 overall. Even the third one, Ronald Darby, 78. Look at the speeds, look at the awareness, look at the agility. That's what really sets these players apart. Kato Kohu also in there, he's 25.77 rated. And even down to the fifth corner, we're still mid-70s. So this is a very good room. Fast players, quick players, good players, and can I just say that I love the name Storm Duck. And with that, we're going to move to the free safeties. Javon Holland, again, a very good player. He doesn't have a special depth trade. I would say he's elite even without that. Patrick McMorris, a rookie, and Elijah Campbell. Just bring up the rare. Don't know why they're holding on to him, because the rookie is way better already. Jordan Poyer out injured as well. All right, this helps us. Kenny Logan Jr. So the secondary also has some injury problems, but I feel like they can really backfill here. They can use cornerbacks on the strong safety position to kind of just elevate this one. Kenny Logan Jr. is not the dude that I would really rely upon too much. Jason Sanders, a solid kicker, and Jake Bailey, also a solid kicker. So weekly strategy, we got the input that the defense was a little bit tired. And yes, I'm still not looking at the player picture. We're going to do that after weekly strategy, because first things first. So here we go. Defend the outside run. I think we're just going to stick with it. The passing is going to be absolutely crucial. Or do we try and stuff it? I think we're going to try and stuff it. Defend the short pass. Defensive fatigue is at 100. All right, I'm going to listen to the dude. We're going to go half pads. Let's do nothing crazy here. I'm going to go with splits for everybody, just to make sure that we don't have any injuries. We are entering the second half of the season, and that is just going to be a critical point in time. We're going to go with the run it inside. I would really like to get Josh Jacobs some more play time to make sure that we get him into the top 10 runners, maybe even top 3. I would like that. And I'd really like to elevate him to X Factor as well if we get a chance. We've got the 4th player unlocked, which is awesome. Let's just decide on who we're going to be putting in here. Do I want to put a QB in there? No. Do I want to put a running back? No. That's a no as well. Personally, I would be trying to buff Tavian Robinson, but 64-23 is just really not that highly rated. I've got players of the same age that are already way higher, so I really don't see these two being with us in the future, but whatever. We've got Ben Sims, the only tight end that we're not training. It's the same situation for him. Rashid Walker probably could benefit off this. Elfin Jenkins star depth trait rating. Barnhart's getting a lot of play time. Jason Peters here. Jacob Monk. I would really like to elevate Jacob Monk a little bit more. If we can push him into the 70s, I think he would be a good candidate to take over next season. And to be fair, I think that's what I'm going to be doing. Rashawn Gary, 2685, he's just so much higher than Kingsley and Barry, who is also not that far off. Lucas Vaness doesn't need the training right now. We've got these two dudes here who could develop. I like that. Both of these are fine. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with... Who was that? Jacob Monk. At center. There we go. Lambeau Field is the venue for today's game against the Miami Dolphins. And so far, Josh Jacobs 656 is his season stat line regarding the rush yards. I would like to use him more, try to push him into the top 3. I said that before. And here come the Miami Dolphins. An exceptionally highly ranked team. A lot of quality on the team. But they are suffering from quite a few injuries at the moment. We, on the other hand, have most of the team available. We are missing 1 or 2 players that I would like to have on the roster again, but we are not severely impacted by that. The defense is mostly fit again. Then we have the offense, where we're only missing like a few players. We backfilled those. I am looking forward to this game. I'm beyond pumped. We have to continue doing what we did before. We have to make sure that we don't make silly mistakes. I don't want to have any turnovers. I don't want to have interceptions. I don't want to have anything going on. And Josh Jacobs here, powering forward, 1st and 10, immediately 10 yards, and that's an injury. That's Morgan again. The offensive line is just picking up injuries in every game. Off into the green lit tunnel. Let's hope that's a good sign and not a bad sign. That color, of course, going into the tunnel is always a bad sign. If he takes a seat on the bench, it's not bad. If the physios look at him, it is slightly worse. And if he's off into the tunnel, it usually indicates that he's out for the game. Javon Holland with the first tackle here of today's game. The secondary is, and there we go, he's out. Fantastic. Alright, so Sean Ryan will be taking over that position. And here we go. On the other hand, again, I want to have a realistic play. I want to have a realistic franchise series. And, you know, having injuries is a big part of the NFL. Big part of what happens on the field. There's small injuries, there's big time injuries, and that is just the way the game is played. So realism is a part of it. I want to have a realistic franchise series, which is why I even buffed the injuries a little bit more. Of course, when they happen, it's not fun. On the other hand side, it is just something that needs to happen. It creates storylines. I like that. So let's see, which play do I like most? I'm gonna go with a run game again. 1st and 10. Can we get around everybody here? Oh, we can sidestep. Oh, we made a man miss. Javon Holland. Absolutely mistiming that tackle, and Ogba takes him down. And they're exchanging complimentary words, I reckon. Let's go with a branch return. Going right to left, we saw Louis Sean I don't really know why he wasn't, why he was a free agent. I don't know if he's a free agent in real life as well. There we go. Low catch. Luke Musgrave powering forward, 2nd and 1. A little bit slow to get up here. 74 rated tight end. And I've got ideas for next season, but I think Musgrave will remain the starting tight end. Don't see any reason to change that. Gonna shuffle to a quick inside zone here on the run. Just get that first down. First and goal at the 8-yard line. If we get further down the field, that's good. But if not, it doesn't really matter too much. So, next up. I think a mesh spot is in order now. I need the option to go left and right. It looks like a bum rush. When you look at them, they're lining up super close. We might try and just exploit that as best we can. And there we go. We actually get it done. I was expecting them to blitz, and when they blitz, it usually creates some space right behind the line. And Josh Jacobs gets another touchdown. He already has, I don't know, I think it was 12 touchdowns this season. Last season he had, with the Raiders, he had 6 or something like that. And the defense manages to turn it over. That is not easy to do. That is really not easy to do against a team like this. I mean, we're pushed back super far. So we have to play this really cleverly. And again, we're going to utilize Jacobs. Just want to get him to run it here. And this is actually going to work quite nicely up to the 18-yard line. Just get away from that line. Jason Peters going down. Jacob Monk will take over for the time being. And just when I thought we solved the problem, it kind of shows its ugly head again. But there we go. Romeo Doubs. It's a Thanksgiving game. Oh, nice. I like that. I like that they really have these, you know, these elements. Oh, shit. Oh, goodness gracious. I thought it was going to be picked. Bruce Dern. Alright, so he's out as well. Let me just show you what I mean. When we follow, I think it was his route, he goes sideways and then he has to go between these two, and that's exactly when I threw. He was ahead of the player, but number 6 made him kind of, you know, like shuffle his route a little bit, do a sidestep. That caused him to slow down, and that was almost a turnover and a pick. So I'm pretty thankful that that didn't happen. We're gonna look for Doubs again. Should work. Should work. There we go. 3rd and 2. That is good. And, Chicago beating Detroit here. Who's out? Doubs. Wow. Alright, so we're facing one of those defenses again. I am pretty relieved that we actually went for the half-pad trading and went with splits. Not as much experience points, but at least we are reducing injury risks. Wicks is the player I'm looking for. And actually, I can't go with Watson. Oh, sidestepping. That was good. That was good with sidestepping out of bounds. And we're going to be ending the quarter here. That was beautiful. Didn't have enough space here. Probably could have tried to do something more with that. Thursday night game, Tim. Game Tim. Prime time. Words are hard sometimes. Play action wide receiver in. Here we go. Jane Reed. I've got Wicks. Doesn't look like you have a ton of space to run into, so I'd rather just take this one here. Nice. And Wicks is so secure on the ball. That's actually not Wicks, it's Jaden Reed. Alright, Doubs is out, so we're going to be using Reed as a backup, which means that we should have our backup players on the field already. No, not yet. Alright, inside zone, going to go right to left. I need some help here. I need some help from the line. Number 74 and 75 is injured. That's Sean Ryan. taking a seat on the bench. Starting to get into that kind of territory again. AJ Dillon. We're gonna try and run it. Gonna try and run it here. We're gonna get it. We're gonna try and get around the outside, which we don't, but it's good enough. Good enough. Pushing forwards. MCL sprain will return soon. Ouch. That's not fun. The jet pool shadow is good, but it's just a little bit too far off for my liking, and I'd rather keep it with the close plays for the moment. Do I like this one? I like this one more. I'm going to be looking for Christian Watson. First and 10. Kaboom. Oh, didn't see him. Only 1 yard. Could have thrown it a little bit sooner, maybe. We're going to use a screen now towards the left-hand side. Let's use Dillon. He's usually not the receiving running back type, but he can do it if needed. Powering forward, 3rd and inches. There we go. That is good. I'm going to be reviewing the depth chart in halftime. I think we should be good. Should be able to backfill, especially if Sean Ryan does return. There we go, Dillon, and we find space. That was beautiful. Javon Holland, of course, shutting us down. The secondary, as I said, and as we saw before, not to be trifled with. Dillon also picking up injury. We're running out of halfbacks right now, so we're gonna go for a pass play, maybe get some pressure off of the contact here. Josh Jacobs is back. Sorry, my man, but I like this one. I really like it. There's some space to run into. If we time it right, we can get something like 5 yards, 7 yards. Nice. What is that? Doing a handstand off of Calais Campbell's back. Mesh spot. Here we go. We're just working our way forwards. Gonna let the clock tick down, by the way. I want to enter the 2-minute drill. Here we go. That's Dak Prescott's cadence, right? Here we go. Okay, here we go. Listen to that. It's really amazing how like it's always the same. It's always the same thing that he does. Okay, here we go. So we're at the 1 yard line. How do we approach this? Do we go for a quick one? I'm gonna set the mesh up. But to be fair, I'm looking towards the hot route. AJ Dillon. There we go. Right to left. And I'm letting the clock tick down as much as I can. I mean, I could just, I don't know, do something funky like let myself be taken down at the 1 yard line. I mean, if it happens, I'm gonna embrace it. But if not, we're just gonna take the touchdown. I'd rather have the points than play cleverly and then trip up. So there we go. This is good job by AJ Dillon here, powering inside. So continue to the next moment, and it's another turnover. Man, that is massive. That is massive. Again, starting out with a defense as good as this, that is just really great. What do we? I think I'm going to take this one here. I'm going to be looking for Tucker Kraft. Hold on to that one. Oh, and we are going to get a lot of space here. 22 yards pushing forwards. Well, Tucker, well done. Love the helmet, by the way. It's one of those Vices helmets that I really think looks extra cool. So we've got 29 seconds. Let's try to get a quick play away. Musgrave stepping out of bounds. Clock is stopped. Oh, did you see that? Mike McDaniels had to stop Javon Holland on the sidelines. You know, people always say that Madden devs are lazy and whatever. it's a computer game. Is everything perfect? I'm not going to say that, but there are so many details about it, and if you just appreciate those, you're gonna have a better time than when you just look into nitpick. And that was very aggressive of me, and I actually puckered up. So Luke Musgrave, that is going straight towards Jalen Ramsey, and I'm not crazy. So maybe Musgrave. Slapped away. Yes, I am trying to force it right now, but that is not clever. So we're gonna go with the dagger again. Look for Musgrave. Jaden Reed, if he's open, I will go for him. Alright, so we do connect, but nothing comes of it. 4th and 5, it's actually incomplete. We are gonna punt this one here. I'm just gonna punt it. There we go. Not too much power, not that accurate, but we should get it outside. So Tyreek is stopped here, and they do get the ball at the beginning of the second half, and it's 14 and 7. So before we do anything else, let me just check the depth chart on the offensive line. Who returned, who is still out? So Rashid Walker is still here, Elton Jenkins, that's good. Gonna be using Monk here. Jordan Morgan is out, so Sean Ryan should be able to take over. Over here we do have, tell you what, I'm gonna be using Dwayne Brown here. Sean Ryan is decent, a good backup, but don't really feel too comfortable with him there. And we still have a full half to play, so let's not risk getting pressured here, picking up an injury or something like that. The wide trail, Christian Watson. There we go. Good catch. I embraced the impact here. Jordan Brooks, and it's the left wrist for Watson again. So I embraced the impact and risked an injury. Not fantastic, but we'll live. Halfback Power G. Off we go. Oh, that's it's looking like a bum rush, right? Let's go to play action boot flow. I'll try and hit Musgrave out there. Let's go. Nice. Throw in the run. That was actually, it looked super wobbly. Elbow sprain. Alright, risk low, so that's good. Wicks will take over until he's back. That is the sensible thing to do. Unless you really need the player. You should never force a player back if he's had a niggle or something like that. Tucker Craft on this one. Oh my lord. I was... I wanted to go short, but I was like, I can get this. I can do this. And it's Kendall Fuller. A new addition to the Dolphins secondary. Another very good player. It looked good for a split second right there. I felt like, yeah, we got this. And then he just kind of sped up and moved right in between. We don't have the arm for that. Tagovailoa, 313 rush yards. 400 by Josh Allen. Wow. That's almost as much as as my running back has. My starting running back. Alright, that's fun. So, Malik Heath. Alright, let's calm things down a little bit. Alright. Let's not get crazy. Josh Jacobs, come on. I'm just gonna get you running here. That was a quick stop. 3 yards only. Mid linebacker David Long Jr. with a stop. Play action wide receiver in. Let's take this one. Jaden Reed. Heath. Ooh, I don't really know if I trust him on that route. Oh. I think I pressed the sprint button a tad too early. So we're going to use a slip screen here. We still have a lead. But I don't want to count on my defense. What was that? What exactly was that? Well, you know, when we come and look at the game tape afterwards, what exactly... Did you see that? Jordan Love in the background, losing it. No, that was just bad. Again, sometimes these screens work exceptionally well. Sometimes it's just super weird. He goes forward and he gets pushed backwards here. Number 63 can't hold the line there. That is silly. And then the on-rushing player, he just doesn't get through. He's kind of running in the spot there for a split second as well. The ball would go, I mean, that was actually not bad. It was going where he should be. But yeah, Dylan is not going anywhere on this play, and we will have to punt again. Not happy about this. We're going to punt towards the left. The wind is coming from that side. That's a better punt. Is it going outside? No, it's going to go inside. Oh, crud. I would love to get the ball out on one of these occasions, though. So Tua back on the field, and we have the first interception of the game happening. Looking at our defense did help us out here. So come on. Oh my lord. Man, I don't know what the Dolphins offense is doing right now. But it's horrible. They're stacking up very close, so the logic here is to get Wicks or Kraft into a good position where I can get the ball to them. Just get 5 yards or something like that. The impact came from an angle that was very, very favorable here. But we have to convert on this one. There is no way around it. At least the field goal is something that we have to pick up. I think I'm going to go with the zone weak here, though. Just go forwards as far as we can. 3rd and 2. That's nice, man. Kendall Fuller, thanks for help. Was he helping me up, or was he just dragging me upwards to diss me? I don't know. We're going to go for a dive. 2 yards should be doable on this one here. Jalen Ramsey, left-hand side currently. Go, 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 go. Looks like we're through, but we have a flag. I just hope it's not a holding penalty. We're at the moment we're doing everything to hurt ourselves. Not only physically, but really, really just hurt ourselves. That is the dumbest thing we could do. So let's take a look at the recent plays. I think a play action cross might actually be a good choice. It is aggressive. It is aggressive, and I'm fully aware of that. But I don't have a better idea, to be fair. We're moving away from Jalen Ramsey. Wicks and Kraft should be able to get through. There we go. Wicks holding onto the ball there. And we managed to push forward to the 41. Get another set of downs. That was immensely important. Another turnover on downs. Combined with a punt, a return, and the chance for them to equalize, that would have put a lot of pressure on us. So we don't want that. I just like this. The formation is called nasty. I don't really know why, but I don't care. We can go with Wicks, we can go with Heath, which I don't think I'm gonna do. Wicks has a ton of space to go into, and we even get another down. Another set of first downs. And we're at the 47. Inching our way forwards. If you want to call 10 yards inching. If not, then you're absolutely right, because it's a good pickup. And it's just a solid play. If it works out, sometimes defenses just really crush you, but I mean, sorry for spamming this here, but if it works, it works. I'll even try to keep Heath in my focus. Like this. And there we go. Beautifully executed. It's a first down. Let's see some swagger here. And Heath hasn't been horrible, but it's just I have I have no receiver over the age of 24. Or is Christian Watson 25? I don't know. I don't care. But, you know, my top receivers are 24, 23, and they're already high 70s. I just don't see the point in holding on to him, apart from being a cheap wide receiver, backup wide receiver. But maybe I'd rather get a mentor in there, help us with development. Players like that as well. So there we go. Ooh, that was unexpected. Luke Musgrave not holding on to that one. Came a little bit as a surprise, but the player was on him. I'm not sure if I want to risk this one here. Gonna try this into the opposite direction. We're going straight into the direction of Jalen Ramsey, and we can, I mean, there he is, but we were sidestepping the dude before. 2-minute warning coming in. 14-7. If we get a touchdown, it's game over. If we get a field goal, I feel confident that we can whittle them down. Let's go for this. Let's go now. AJ Dillon just going forwards, and it's a timeout call. That's exactly what I want to do now. Make them use up the timeouts, which is why I'm not going for the super straightforward runs and rather for the slanted runs. Ideally, we pick up something like, I'm slowing down here on purpose in case you didn't notice. 3rd and goal. 3 yards to go. Ooh, this is looking nice. A play action cross could put you into the end zone very quickly. Inside zone split here. Right to left. Josh Jacobs. Ooh, but he's breathing hard. He is breathing hard. I don't want to risk that. I don't want to risk injuring him. What do we do? What do we do? Let's go the play action cross. I don't want to risk an injury here. It's as simple as that. Slapped away. Incomplete. We're going to go for a field goal. They still have a timeout, but it's only one timeout. 20 yards out. Let's make sure we hit this one. There you go. Slightly off to the left, but we were aiming further towards the right. And scoring a field goal. 17-7. I would say we would have been safe, but defense stops them again. Today the defense is absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. I'm going to be looking at the stats later on because I'm really interested. Oh, Josh Jacobs is super tired. Gonna get him to run though. Going backwards. And now 63 slow to get up. Injury timeout. Lift ankle. Rasheed Walker out again. So we are going to be setting up an inside zone. Josh Jacobs is so tired. I'm not going to be risking an injury here. Let's go the cross shot. Musgrave is the guy I'm looking for. First and 10. Beautifully done. Got the contact. I think he stayed in bounds. High ankle sprain. Will not return. Offensive line falling apart. Jesus Christ. Josh Jacobs is absolutely dead tired. So, depth chart time. I'm going to be using Dylan here. And I'm also going to be using him for all those other situations. I know it's not a lot of time left in the game, but I'd rather rest him a little bit more. The thing is, next week we will be welcoming back. Alright, so that's all I have. I'm gonna go the stick spacing here. There we go. A completed pass, forcing them to use a timeout. 2nd and 7. Musgrave. That was a cool move. I like that. So AJ Dillon on the field. Dillon is not tired. We can now start using the clock against them. Whoa, what a hit. I really like how they revamped that, because where a player is hit now really makes a difference. Halfback stretch. I'm actually going to try a bench here. Can we hit Jaden Reed on the out route? Can we hit him out there? Whoa! That was a very quick hit here. 4th and 6. Number 11, David Long Jr. coming in very hot. And we're going to use a seam divide. It's 10 seconds, and there's no way that they can turn this around, so I just want to get some more completed yards for Jordan Love here. And I'm going to be calling a timeout now. Yes, I am. Maybe, am I dragging this out? Maybe. But am I enjoying this? Heck yeah. You betcha. Cheat halfback draw formation. And we're going to set up the play. Something like this. The 4 verticals. Luke Musgrave. I will hot route him though. I'm going to put him on a slant route. Just want to have him go between those lines quicker. Didn't need that to happen. All right. Yeah, that's on me. That's on me. 17-14. We're going to embrace it. Jevon Holland, similar to what he did last season against the... Who was that? Was it the Jets? I think it was the Jets. It was a 90-yard return. Probably silly of me to do that, but whatever. And here we go. We're going to try and go for this extra point. 17-14. And it's going to be the end of the game here. Gifting them something here. Could have done without that. It's another interception to drag down Jordan Love's score. Man, I'm sorry. That was entirely on me. I was just too aggressive on that one. But overall, we never really looked in danger, and that's thanks to our defense and just making the most of the opportunities that we did get. So here we go. Really solid win, Jair Alexander, for sure. I'm frustrated that we didn't do a good job pressuring that guard. I get it, but we got the win, and that was a great suggestion. Just need to execute better. Yeah. Again, the lack of emojis makes this a chat GPT interaction, but even chat GPT uses emojis sometimes. So Rashawn Gary ineffective, and the defense struggled to find success against the O-line. I wouldn't say that. I really wouldn't say that. That's not true. So overall, we were just in the driving seat. We never gave that up. The last one, again, that is on me. I can't fault anybody else apart from myself. But both quarterbacks had an abysmal game. And to be fair, I don't think that it is completely warranted to have a lower rating here, because he did get more yards. The completion rate slightly lower. That's due to the interception. That's just a me. But 3 sacks is awesome. We got 2 sacks. I mean, I said 2 sacks. We got 3. So where exactly is the problem here? Anyways, Josh Jacobs scored. AJ Dillon scored. Devin Achane. It was a run-heavy game, in my opinion, with the pass game propelling us forward. But the big plays were made by the running players. Let's take a look at the defense here, though. I'm interested in this. So, solo tackle leader, Kenny Clark and Pat Peterson. All right, total tackle leaders, Jevon Holland. All right, Kenny Clark, Jordan Brooks, tackles for loss. We had some of these as well, but I mean, just look at that. We absolutely dominated them. 3 sacks, Kenny Clark and Lucas Van Ness. Why does it matter which side that was on? I don't know. I fully disagree with this. But yeah, these 2 were avoidable again, so we kind of stepped into that one. Eric Stokes getting an interception here. That was great. Overall, I'm just going to say it was a good game. 17-14, it's a win, chalk it off. 8-4, we are still going strong. I don't know what that means, strong. Of course the Eagles are gonna, they look like we can't catch them. It's gonna be the Cowboys, Detroit, San Fran and Seattle, also Carolina. Those are the teams that we are currently competing with, so we just have to keep doing our thing. Next week it's going to be the Lions again. That's immensely important. If we manage to push them down, we are 9-4, they are 7-5. That is something that we have in our own hands, and it's a division rival as well in week 14. But now let's just take a look at the scouting focus players. So which players do I want to focus on? Yeah, that's a good question. That's a really good question. There are some, first rounders here, top 5, round 1. Maybe I should look at the later round players that I found in the later rounds that just look really good. Like we could really use them, and to get them, a little bit cheaper maybe. So we've got Howard Cross III. That's a D tackle. I would really like to add D tackle. I think that is a position that we could just really utilize some help at. Majani Cornelius, around 3-4. He's a scheme fit immediately. Not that great, the ratings here. Anthony Belton is looking a little bit better actually. So I think Belton will be the first focus player. I'm just going to be using this here for the time being so that I don't forget anyone. We can go back, change this anyways. I just marked late rounders down to make sure that I don't forget about these. It's going to come down to what they look like in the end. I went a lot with the physical attributes here. All right, that's just the big thing. With all of these, they just have really great physical attributes. So the individual attributes, maybe not that hot. All right, so looking at these, you would say, well, what exactly is the idea here? The idea here is to get those happy picks and make sure that we just get the most out of these late round picks. The first rounders, there's hardly anything you can do wrong, but in the late rounds, I would really like to see. I mean, Travis Hunter here. Look at this one, round 1. All right, projected very high. But Dalen Everett, ABA, doesn't look too shabby, right? I think we have to go offensive line. Andrew Makuba at safety, AA already. So what I would do now is let's just take a look at which players we have. We've got Ashton Gildalt. I think this is a good one to look at. Zach Rice, I really think we should look at him as well. And who was the first dude? And that's Anthony Belton. I want to go offensive line anyways, to just really buff that as much as we can. There is not a lot of positions where we really need help. So I might go for these. On the other hand, the secondary, it did look enticing, that dude. Where was he? Where were you? Come on. Jack Sawyer, another one of these. It's not the first round, but it just looked really good. Mason Graham is a first rounder, so that we don't have to look at that too much. Travis Hunter, Dalen Everett, that was him. I mean, look at that, man. Or even Andrew Makuba, AA, and this is AA and a B. Zone coverage is not that high, but really good. All right, so we're going to be taking a look at the offensive line though, because that's what I really want to focus on in the draft. I want to get 3 offensive line dudes, and that should be good enough for us. So we're going to focus on these. Thank you so much for the focus players here. And yeah, that's all, guys. Well, that was a really filled to the brim episode. A lot of stuff to do, to take care of. I'm going to say thank you so much for watching, though. Really enjoyed this game, even with the late interception. That was just, yeah, that's just typical Dreddeus there. But yeah, let me know what you thought about that one. Should I have just taken a knee, let the clock tick down? Should I just play aggressively till the end? Let me know what you think. Really interested in the interaction here. As always, going to say thank you so much for joining me, making this special for me. Thanks for being awesome. Stay great. See you next time.